The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now their defense came through with a goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Incomplete. Isaiah Simmons there defensively.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
It's 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
10 at the 30-yard line.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 18. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them.
The ball comes out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
And at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Now it's Watson. Being chased out left. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and goal at the 6.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Now a dump off here complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
At the 45-yard line.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Now Watson. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Third and long, it's Watson. Looking for his tight end on the corner, it's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Watson looks to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Watson off play action. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That one goes for 30 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
Again, it's Watson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And goal.
From the gun, Watson flushed out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll drop to throw. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fights him off. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
10 at the 25-yard line.
One last throw here for Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but